Hello, everybody. My name is Kashi, and welcome back to another episode of the Groom of Gallagher Mansion, the demo. So, last time we finally awoken to discover that we were in a bedroom and that we were now wearing gloves that we were not before. We also found out that we were asleep for supposedly 2 hours and that Taylor was freaking the fuck out, so we had to tell him to take a chill pill and breathe. We decided to finally leave the bedroom after playing 20 questions with Taylor, discovering what happened, which we discovered that Elias was the youngest out of 7 children, that each one of them was murdered, or, met a tragic death, and that his parents drowned. Some people speculated it might have been Elias himself, but that Elias had very few friends, if any, since mostly he just wrote to them. Elias was murdered by the DuPonts, I believe, who were the original groundskeeper and his sister, because they were trying to find the great inheritance that is supposedly hidden somewhere on the grounds. Hi, Kitty. Hello. Uh, well, Kitty lost being on the desk privileges because she's being a little sassy right now. Yeah, talking to you. Anyhow. Ah, oops. I've ruined his reading time. He spotted me. Oh, dearest Takashi, wait there. He hurries over, ghostly tail slicing through the carpet. In a quiet instant, Elias floats before me, chest puffed dramatically. God damn them borrowed titties. Please, my dear, you mustn't wander around. Things remain out of sorts. Ugh. I do my best to ignore Taylor's annoyed groan. Yeah, no, definitely. Taylor definitely has a little crush for us. But when I heard you humming, my feet began to move of their own accord. Why? You must have summoned me here to grant you company. Sure, the line was cheesy, but it wasn't wholly inaccurate. I was drawn to Elias somehow, by something. And here I thought I had been quiet so as to not disturb your slumber. Sincerest apologies for rousing you from your rest. No need for apologies, my dear, for I had already awakened. Elias cocks his head. And yet, that changes little about the unreadiness of this manner. After all, I have to do all this cleaning myself. Simply look at the state of this study. It's so far gone from its glory days. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. Didn't you say it was pristine? Shut up, Taylor, we're having a moment. I did, and I stand by that. Virology labs wish they were this clean. Either Elias is a perfectionist, beyond compare, or he and I are seeing two different versions of the manor. And yet, I find these rooms quite beautiful. Just wait and be amazed. I will have to find new staff quite soon. Sadly, they did not stay with me as I left my body behind. Oh, if only they had. Now, don't get too preoccupied with the staff. You have all the time in the world to replace them. On the contrary, arrangements must be made with all haste. Uh, Arrangements for what? Our wedding, of course. Taylor chokes on his spit through the earpiece while I stand there and play the last sentence in my head. Oh, the little heart pupil. It's a nice touch. Oh, I also just realized that there's a little heart here. Again, nice little touch. I can't blame Elias for wanting to rush after decades of waiting. But Taylor mutters something indiscernible under his breath. I feel the same though. I might be in more trouble than I expected. What the fuck did you expect? But I've only just been left at the altar, my dear. A long time for you has only been a sunset for me. I ask you graciously to let us seek a compromise. Elias tilts his head once more, eyes locked with mine. But your heart? I can hear its soft, gentle tears fall upon your soul. I promise you, my dearest, that a heart does not heal easily, no matter how many tales of tragedy and hardships one may read. Reality is much more painful. Why, mine own heart has been broken more than a dozen times over the course of my life. And alas, it has never once been healed, only turned to an aching scar. And I have tried my damnedest to ignore those wounds, to let them bleed out and coagulate into something semblance of strength. But it left me sickly instead. If a heart is to be mended, surgery must be immediate. Elias takes my hand into his cold, ethereal grasp. And here before you is someone who can mend your broken heart, someone who can cherish you, stay with you, create happiness for you. I never had that chance in my own mortal life, and after so long, my dearest, I want you to choose happiness, not sorrow. And I want to be the one to give you that happiness. I'm flattered. Something in his words ring truer to my heart than I could have expected. All I'm doing is playing along, acting my part. But if I had actually been left at the altar, would I? Whatever you do, Takashi, do not trust him at all. Fuck off, Taylor. We're having a moment. Ah, Taylor's voice snaps me from my thought. But also don't do anything to upset him. Play it as cool as possible. Elias gave you a very thin rope to walk. Don't fall down. Do you understand? Okay, I got this. I can walk a tightrope, or at least fake it. Why not show me what else there is to Elias Gallagher? Let me indulge my groom before I marry my husband. Yes, we shall do that. But I cannot wait forever either. The taste of eternity I've already supped upon is nigh unbearable. Join your groom in helping him plan our wedding. Taylor once more grumbles something inaudible. Well, Taylor can fuck off. We're having a moment. And what does my dear groom need help with? Elias gives a thoughtful pause. Now let me think. I'd love your assistance with the floral arrangements. I have all the flowers of New England in my hands. It shall be difficult to select only a few. To prove his claim, he presents his open palms to me, and a smorgasbord of tiny sample flowers sprout and bloom for my perusal. That's so many. You'll have to narrow it down for me, else I could never choose, and surely you'd want me to be selective. Of course, and after that, a cake. I know my grandmother's recipes are still in this house, and I shall set off on finding them. I've tasted them all when I was still in the flesh, and they're delightful. As such, I leave the choice of cake to you. I can certainly do that. God damn. A bar titty husband and cake? Thank you. And finally, since you'll be marrying into my distinguished family, I'm eager to bestow upon you a gift suitable of that prestige. I shall lead you to my treasury and introduce you to the family jewels. Um, which which family jewels are we talking about, if you know what I mean? Taylor sniggers. I can't help it. I laugh too, but try to mask it tastefully. Delightful. So I shall pick the jewelry I wear for you? Precisely. Very well, and with that, I believe we have reached an agreeable compromise. Then let us begin. Take my hand, and I'll lead you to the greenhouse. Elias's hand isn't nearly as cold as earlier, but my fingers phase through his just slightly, all the same. It's enough to simulate the gesture of holding hands at least. Satisfied with the arrangement, he leads me out of the study and back through the halls. Oh, god damn it! I knew that this was just a demo, but my greedy goblin hands want more. All right, everybody. Obviously, we're going to have to call it here. But once I have the game in full, we are going to pick up where we left off. It is going to be great. We're going to marry a Bara Titty Ghost, and we are going to have a happily ever after. So please wait for it, because I know I myself am excited for this adventure. Well, everybody, as always, keep it salty, keep it real, and I will see you guys in the next episode, whenever that may be. Bye bye.